45,979. Think about that number. 1.20 million. Think about that. Now, by a show of hands, how many of you would love to win one of these two numbers in the lottery? How many of you would prefer to win the 1.20 million over the 45,000, because then maybe you could build a dream home. Maybe you could take a fancy vacation. Maybe you can start that business. Or if you're like me, maybe you can finally afford to buy some eggs at the grocery store. Have y'all seen these prices? Well, I am here to talk to you about a lottery, but unfortunately, it is not the one that will allow you to build a dream home, take a fancy vacation, or start a business. Today, I am here to speak to you about the lottery of death, because 45,979 is the number of suicide deaths in the United States in the year 2020. And 1.20 million is the number of suicide attempts in the United States in the year 2020. And each year, this number continues to increase. So I asked, how many of you wanted to win one of these two numbers in the lottery? If I ask you again, do you still want to win? You see, each day our family members, our friends, our coworkers, our children, our favorite celebrities, they're all committing suicide around us. Why? It's because just like you and I, they've been faced with a tough situation, but they felt they could not survive. When you take your cell phone and you Google tools for survival, the experts have listed things like a knife, a compass, a first aid kit, a backpack. If you are like me and you grew up in the public education system, then you were shown a chart called the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You see, this chart told us that as long as we have things like food, shelter, water, love, respect, self-actualization, that we could survive. Now, if the experts got it right, then why are so many of our loved ones finding themselves in situations that they feel they cannot survive, and they're choosing a permanent solution to a temporary problem, death? I'll tell you why. It's because the experts forgot one thing on the list: mindset. And I want you to know today that if you do not master a healthy, positive mindset, you will not survive. And I found that to be true in 2016, after I had been sexually assaulted by a male coworker in my federal law enforcement career. For 3 years, I was forced to continue working alongside this man, and for 3 years, my mental health took a turn for the worst. I was diagnosed with PTSD, anxiety, and depression. As you can imagine, the symptoms of these 3 illnesses made it hard for me to survive. I began to contemplate suicide, and I almost won the lottery. I had this left knee reconstruction surgery, and 9 days later, I was rushed to the emergency room where my contemplations of suicide and my thoughts of death almost became my reality, because I was told, Miss Campbell, you are going to die. You see, this surgery left me with 5 blood clots, cutting off the 5 major veins in the left side of my body. And one of them was so large that it broke in half and it lodged itself into my lung. I had a pulmonary embolism. I was that close to death. Now, many of you may be wondering, like most people, how is it that I am standing in front of you on this stage today? Which tool for survival did I use? The reason that I am standing on this stage in front of you today is because of the work, the time and the research that I put into shifting my mindset. And every single step that I took to break free from my own mental restraints has been tailored into my 3-month coaching program that I now share with women all over the world. As the CEO of the Mental Motivator LLC, I am proud to say that we equip women with the tools they need to pivot from who they are right now into who they want to become. We empower them to break away from the limiting beliefs that hold them back from personal and professional success. We help change their mindset. Ultimately, we help change the way women live, think, and thrive. I do not have time to go into my entire 3-month program with you today, so I will leave you with 3 points for your notes. Then point number 1 for you is, if you change your mind, you can change your life. And you may be wondering, well, where do I start? The human brain thinks 70,000 thoughts per day. A mindset chooses whether you focus on a positive thought or a negative thought. And there are a lot of people out here who will tell you, if you want to learn to shift your mindset, then you need to run out and face your fears. I'm not telling you that they're wrong, but I'm going to suggest to you today that you start with the use of daily positive affirmations. Why? because you cannot address external situations without first doing internal work. Affirmations are the only way for you to shift from subconsciously stored patterns of negative thinking into healthier, positive thoughts. When you use that phrase, I am, taken from Exodus 3:14, that is the power of God being spoken into your life. It allows you to speak things into existence. It gives you the power to speak things as though they were, even if they are not right now. I want you to know that it is what you speak that determines your peak. It is what you know that determines how far you will go. It is the things that you say that determines the way. And if you have trouble with finding the words to speak over your life, I just happen to have a book called I Am, Affirmations for Mental Transformation and Reflection that has been sold nationally and internationally on Amazon. You can find it there today. Point number 2, remember your why. You see, most people, they wake up each day living life by accident. They have a whatever happens, happens mentality. How many of you use the phrase, it is what it is? No, it isn't. It is what you make it. And when you remember your why, that ensures that you live your life on purpose while walking in your purpose. Point number 3, show them who you are. I would love to tell you that everyone is going to support you on your journey to success. But the fact of the matter is when you do the work to shift your mindset, the ones closest to you will move the farthest away. Why? It is because those were the ones who benefited from the version of you that you did not believe in. Show them who you are. My name is Nakia Campbell, and I am known as the Mental Motivator, transformational mindset coach, author, speaker, and professional development master. And you can find me at thementalmotivator.com. Thank you.